Today on Let's Talk Jonesboro, we have with us Danny Kapales, and Danny is our new Parks and Recreation Director. Welcome to Let's Talk, Danny. Danny, tell me what your mission is. Tell me your vision for what Parks is going to become.
Parks itself is a location for anybody to have fun, to have access to exercise, to have recreation, to relax, to blow off steam. It's for anybody in Jonesboro, Northeast Arkansas, or from anywhere else that wants to come and just enjoy our facilities.
And we've got how many parks?
We have 20 parks.
20 parks, and very few people know that, and some are saying, where are these parks? This includes pocket parks or neighborhood parks?
It does. It includes our larger parks like Craighead Forest Park, which is 680 acres, to Stotts Park, which is located on Hope Street. That is a park of about 2 acres. It's got a playground, pavilion, basketball court. So we have parks all over town.
But all these parks are more than grass. We've got some sort of items for entertainment.
Yes, every park we have has some sort of a playground, some sort of a athletic field. It's not just grass. It is a place for people to go and exercise and have fun.
Now, Danny, even though you are the new Parks Director, you are not new to Jonesboro Parks and Rec. How long have you worked in that department?
I have been with Parks and Rec for 16 years.
And what have you done?
I started out as the ground crew out at Joe Campbell Park, and from there became the youth sports coordinator, from there to assistant director, and now the director.
A lot of people were really excited when you got the job. Our Facebook page at the City of Jonesboro was showed a lot of optimism, a lot of happiness in the selection of Danny Kapales to be our Parks Director. So you've dealt with the people up close and the children and the parents.
I have. I've been fortunate enough to deal with our youth sports program, which is really the heart of Parks and Rec. You're dealing with, at that point, almost 10,000 children. Mm-hmm. With parents. You're right there with them. You're dealing with what they're wanting to have. You're listening to them. You're taking care of their needs, and it's really more of a personal basis when you're dealing with youth sports.
Tell me what. Now we've got plans that are, and I know you've got plans that are ongoing everywhere, all over town.
Yes, sir.
We've opened the trail, the beautiful trail that you and Wixon Huffstetler, your predecessor, worked on for years to make happen at Craighead Park.
Yes, sir.
But we've also got some new things happening at Joe Campbell Park and Southside Softball Complex.
We do. Start with Joe Campbell Park. We just installed 10 turf fields. We have 14 fields out there right now, but these 10 are for our ages 12 and under. And that's the largest age group that we have to come out for tournaments and enjoy the park. You go out to Southside, that park has been in existence for us since 1981. Those lights have been in place out there since '81, so it was time to upgrade the lights. So at this point, the whole park is getting new lights. All the fencing has been done, new backstops, safety nets on all the youth fields, working on getting safety nets for the adult fields, and then the parking lot lights. Now you can walk to your car and safely get to it.
Very good. I know those lights, the LED lights, and you will find your way around.
Yes, sir.
In those lights. And Southside was behind Joe Mack, but the city did not have ownership of Southside until the last X number of years. Do you know exactly when the city took over?
Correct. We did not have ownership of the program. That was actually ran by the Jonesboro Softball Association, and about 6 years ago there was a transition from the association to the city taking over the program, but they worked together through the first few years. But with that park itself, it's actually not even owned by the city. That is a leased park property that we lease from the state, and we have a 50-year lease, which gives us opportunity to make updates.
So it's as good as ours.
Yes, sir.
And we do all the work that makes upgrades to it.
We do. We do all the work. We also, within that time, we were able to hire a supervisor out there that handles the park, that's made the grounds really nice. We actually have grass on the field where used to it wasn't grass, it was weeds. So
I played a lot of baseball in weeds as a young little athlete, quote unquote. But we have really nice fields.
We do. We're blessed.
Everybody takes care of our parks.
Yes.
Tell me, you know, a lot of people have been pushing, and we've had talks and even had plans and drawn up for a dog park in Jonesboro. Is there hope for a dog park anytime soon?
We have looked at a few locations of dog parks. We're in the middle of right now working toward a grant for a dog park to go in at the Earl Bell Community Center. We already have the location where the pool was, and so the pavilion was left in place. So our hopes is to be able to build a dog park using that pavilion for people to be able to sit and enjoy and stay out of the sun and let their dogs run and play.
Now, you used to say where the pool was. Not everybody in Jonesboro's lived here 105 years like you.
Correct.
Where was the pool?
The pool is to the back left-hand corner of the Earl Bell Community Center up on the hill.
Okay, so and that area would serve, it would become a dog park and have room to potentially grow if need be.
Correct. There's quite a bit of space there for a dog park, but that's not the only place we need to be looking for a dog park. We need to be looking at smaller locations around town and giving people around town the opportunity to take their dogs out. Not everybody has a backyard to let their dog run and play.
Yeah, dogs are people too. I've got one. That's pretty good. So, what else can we talk about? I mean, there are things that people have been asking for. And it's not always things you can have overnight. We've talked about an aquatic center. Where do we stand on that?
With the aquatic center, yes, we're working on plans. We've visited a few other aquatics facilities, and we've got an idea of what we'd like to have. We've got a community group that's been working with us on that and helping with the designs. Hopefully, in the next couple of years, we'll be in place to have an aquatic facility.
Land has been purchased for it, correct?
Land has been purchased in a spot that we feel very comfortable with putting it. It's an easy access for not only our community, but also to bring people into Jonesboro and be able to utilize.
And I know Mayor Perrin has made many trips down to the State Highway Department, and of course we have Commissioner Alec Farmer, who is he works for the entire state, but of course he has a home in Jonesboro, so we always
very fortunate. Yes.
We always feel like he's got our back down there too. But I think that the highway department has our back and is very friendly to Jonesboro, and so they're looking at an exit that would actually take people directly to Joe Mack Campbell Park.
They're looking at coming off of I-555 and going into Joe Mack Campbell Park right there at the entrance. The plans are being designed right now, so they're not in place, but they're being designed, making sure that it actually works for, first off, the highway. We want to make sure that it's safe for folks to get off the highway there. But second off, it gives a location for people coming from the highway to get into the park without having to circle around and go through Dan Avenue, which will in turn make our exit much easier for people to get out of the park.
Danny, can you, off the top of your head, name all the programs that we have for youth and adults?
Off the top of my
organized?
head, you know, there's a lot of programs. I know we have soccer, whether it be recreational, travel soccer, or adult soccer. We also have City Stars basketball. We're with that same program. We help operate the school program for Jonesboro schools and work with the other area schools on getting games for all of them. We also are working on a little bit of a competitive program within City Stars, which will give some of those teams that want to self-build to come in and have a chance to play against other competitive teams. We also operate the softball program, and when you look at the softball program, you're looking at adult league softball, you're looking at youth league softball. We're also run a junior high softball program within that. I think this past year we were around 24 teams from right here in northeast Arkansas, from Pocahontas all the way down to Maumelle. So there's a lot of teams that are involved in that junior high program. From there, we operate youth football, which would be Wolf Cub tackle football and Wolf Cub flag football. We have a rugby program. We have golf. We're working with NEA tennis. So we really have a lot of programs. I'm sure I left a few out. There's a lot of things we're dealing with.
You have a cricket program.
We do not operate a cricket program, but we do have a cricket field out at Southside that has games going out there on Sunday afternoons.
So do you know the rules of cricket?
I do not.
Okay, so that's one place for progress for you to make, right?
That is a place of education for me.
Okay, well, good. Well, I'm glad you have goals. Tell me what people ask for when people give you, say, Danny, you know, and I know you get a lot of compliments because, like I said, our Facebook page lit up when you were hired. So I know you get a lot of compliments. But what do people want right now?
There's actually a wide range of wants out there, but one of the big things is connectivity or mobility.
Yeah.
People are looking for access to be able to get on their bike or just to be able to walk to locations around town. They would like to leave their house and know that they can actually get on their bike and ride to the grocery store or ride to the local park or be able to get to school on their bicycle without having to get into a car. So mobility is what I'm hearing from a lot of people. The other thing is gym space. Everybody is looking for gym space. We have a lot of programs that need access to gym space to be able to rent, to be able to utilize for either volleyball practice, for basketball practice, or even other events that they'd like to get out of the rain and be able to operate, maybe even tennis inside. So.
Do we have partners? I mean, it takes a lot. You've got a big staff, but it takes more than paid employees to pull all this off. How many kids do we have participating in all our programs?
We have almost 10,000 children in our program.
10,000.
And on top of that, we roughly have 1,000 volunteers that are working within our programs, being whether coach, assistant coaches, or just people that are helping making sure that we get the program put in place.
That's fabulous. So it's a very vital and just expansive program.
It is, yes, sir.
So tell me what you would like to see if you could make something happen overnight with you know a genie and a lamp. What would you make for Jonesboro?
That's a good one because there's a lot of things I would like to do. If I can encompass everything, obviously I'd like to see this connectivity done. That's going to be a process that's going to take a while.
And that's for walking, pedestrian, bicycle.
Yes.
And that's
for all non-motorized mobility.
Well, we've seen plans for the connector between ASU and downtown, and it's a beautiful concept.
Yes.
But we've got grants in the process. We've got a lot of departments working to try to make that the engineering department.
It is.
Planning
It's a big
department.
partnership. It's not just parks. It's a big partnership, not only within city employees being with engineering, with parks, with street department, with everybody else, but there's also a lot of outside groups. It's a lot of partners within
Civic
ASU.
leaders, and
yes, sir.
ASU is a great partner.
Yep.
Right.
St. Bernard's will be a big partner. There's a lot of stakeholders within this that's going to be part of this and help build this.
And finally, Danny, I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up the shooting range complex, which is also something that we have received a grant for, and we've had a ceremonial groundbreaking, but I don't think we've had a backhoe groundbreaking out there yet.
Correct. So far, what we've done is we've cleared some trees in locations that we needed to clear just in case we do get to start building this year. But our first avenue for the shooting range will be building a road entrance into it. That way we'll be able to get in and actually do work. But that is a project that's being headed by Chief Elliott, and he's very passionate about the shooting range and ready to get it in place. It's going to be something great for our community. It's not only a Jonesboro facility. That's going to be a facility that we're going to bring people from Missouri, from Tennessee, from Mississippi, and all over Arkansas to come and enjoy our city. And as we move forward, that's the things we need to be looking at. If we're going to continue the growth of Jonesboro in the direction we need to grow it, we need to have programs and facilities here that will bring people to town.
Danny, thank you for taking the time to visit with us on Let's Talk. I know you have a lot to do, and it's very kind of you to take the time to visit with us.
Thank you. I appreciate it.